William is a great scholar and a brilliant man. After he graduated from the university, they decided to retain him because he was the overall best student. So he started his career early, working in university as a lecturer. All of his students loved and admired him because of his brilliance and his method of teaching. But they later found out that Williams is a chronic womanizer who sleeps with students for grades. And for years, this his bad habit became a bigger part of him. There is no year he doesn't sleep with countless students for them to pass his course. While lecturing 3 level students one morning, his eyes caught on Anita, who was exceptionally beautiful. He later invited Anita to his office, where he told her that she has to warm his bed so she can pass his course. He later told her that if she doesn't want to spend an extra year in the school, she should just comply. She left his office and called her boyfriend, who is a cultist, and explained everything to him. He and his gang proceeded to threaten Prof. Williams, who didn't give in their first threat. But after several life-threatening confrontations, he finally gave in and left Anita alone, but still continued sleeping with many students as he wanted. He was friends with the Vice Chancellor, who he boasted that even if the students report him, he won't be sacked. One eventful day, as he was taking a lecture for one final year class, his eyes met with Onome. She's pretty and quiet. He asked her if she was a student of the school, which she said yes. He could no longer concentrate. All his mind was on how to sleep with Onome. He later told her to see him in his office. When she got there after her lectures, he told her plainly that for her to pass his course and graduate, that she would sort the course in kind by sleeping with him. She begged him to please allow her to pass the course and graduate. He told her that if she doesn't do as he said, that an extra year is waiting for her. On her way home, she asked her friends for advice. They told her to do whatever she has to do to graduate. The next day, she went to Prof. Williams' office to still plead with him. Instead, he tried to kiss her and group her inside his office. She got upset and pushed him away, telling him that it's not a proper thing to sleep with a young girl like her at his age. That really got Professor Williams angry, and he sent her out of his office and warned her never to come to his office if she's not going to do what he asked. One of her friends, Tina, told her to do it for the sake of her future. She went to Professor Williams and told him that she's ready. This made him very happy as he drove with Onome to the hotel. There, he had his way with her. But when the result came out, Onome found out that she failed the course, and that means an automatic extra year. She confronted Professor Williams. He told her that he would like to enjoy her for one more year before she graduates. Onome became depressed. She's an orphan who her elderly uncle was managing to send to school. She will lock herself up in her room and cry after pleading and begging Professor Williams to upgrade her results. She later called her uncle and told him all she has been passing through. She told him the truth about what happened between her and Professor Williams. Later that day, she took her own life. Her uncle cried like never before. He couldn't believe Onome would take her life. Onome's uncle was a very powerful Dibia. He took out his most powerful charms and cast a very strong spell on Professor Williams. Later that week, Professor Williams got a call that his son, who just graduated from his master's degree in US, had slumped and died. On hearing that news, his wife slumped. Before she could get medical help, she died too. Professor Williams was filled with grief. He was wondering how such things could befall him. The university's new vice chancellor, who knew about multiple petitions against Professor Williams, suspended him from school activities pending proper investigations. His world was gradually crumbling around him. One morning, as he was taking his morning jog to exercise himself, he met a strange-looking figure standing in front of him. He was so terrified that he fainted and was rushed to the hospital, where they revived him. He started having nightmares and seeing strange-looking figures every day in his house. He was totally living in fear. So he decided to visit a spiritualist to find solution. The man told him that there is a woman in blood following him around, that the woman will not rest until he's dead. He told him to go visit the girl's uncle and ask for his forgiveness. The next day, through the help of a former student, he went to Onome's village to seek out her uncle so he can beg for his forgiveness. When he finally got to his house, he saw Onome's uncle sitting. He immediately knelt down in tears after introducing himself and started asking for his forgiveness. Onome's uncle cried and told him to leave his house, that he should come back the next day. As he was driving home, he saw the strange figure again on the road coming towards him. He suddenly became terrified. As he was trying to dodge the spirit, he ran into an upcoming car and involved himself in a very terrible accident. He was helped and rushed to the hospital. He died at the hospital due to internal injuries he sustained. The end. Subscribe to my YouTube channels for more stories on Tales by Ojemba. Thanks.